Hello, everyone. Hi, Bumblebee. You're here promptly on time. Even before I saw that you were here. This is Shirley from Shirley's World. I am a reseller. I sell on mostly eBay, but I also sell on Poshmark and have some things listed on Mercari. Those are the platforms that I sell on right now. I haven't tried FaceTime Marketplace. There are some people do really well on FaceTime, but I haven't looked into that yet. So I want to come on here today and tell you what I sold in the past week, because I do that every Sunday at 4:00. And I'm going to wait till a few people come in here, hopefully. But I will say that my handyman came. Hi, Sue. Just got here. My handyman was here on, was it Friday? I think. Yes, Friday. Thursday or Friday, whenever my washing machine was delivered. Friday, I think. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure without looking on the calendar. It could have been Wednesday. But anyway, I called my handyman when I found out when my new washer was coming, because I sort of wanted him to be here in case they had a problem. Friday, okay. In case they had a problem getting down the storm cellar doors or storm cellar stairs, because they're made of stone. They're not exactly even. And I can tell when I told these guys where they were going, they had no idea what a storm cellar even was. So I took them around. When the washer came, it wasn't supposed to get here till between 3:00 and 7:00. Well, my handyman got here to like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning because he was going to finish the storm cellar doors. He had to put the hinges on and the handles on, and there was some things that he had to do in order to do that. So they came early, and his wife, they brought their own little rototiller. It's not little, it's much bigger than the Mantis, but it isn't as big as my Troy-Bilt used to be when I used to have it. But when he started to work on the doors, she got the rototiller out and started rototilling where I want the clover seed planted. So I had really just planned on them starting my Mantis, and I was going to sort of scuff up the dirt right there and probably not plant the clover seed for another month or so. But she was out there rototilling already, and she says, well, where's the seed? I'll plant the seed. So she scattered the seed around. We got the ground all really nice. Planted the seed around, and I had a whole huge barrel, big garbage can full of straw that every other day I sort of clean out the straw from the chicken coop just to keep it fresh. I take the top off and put new fresh in there. So that's what keeps my chicken coop so clean, and so it never smells at all. So she scattered the seed, and we both put the straw on top of it. And then when she was doing something else, they brought their 16-year-old son. So he was raking leaves for me and doing some other things, trimming hedges. He was trimming my hedges. They brought their own hedge trimmer because mine doesn't have a battery anymore. And so we got all the clover planted really fast. So the very next day, yesterday, it rained. Not very much, but it rained enough. And today it's been raining off and on all day. So I guess it was the perfect time to plant. And I think it's going to rain for another day or two off and on, and then it'll be nice. So this should get the seeds started. Hopefully there's enough sun there. That's my only question. Will there be enough sun? It's partial shade, which clover seed is supposed to grow in, but it needs some sun. So we'll see. I hope it grows, because that little 5-pound bag of mini clover seed was $80. I don't want to have wasted it. So if it doesn't grow, I'll have to have a plan B, which I'm not sure what that is yet. It could be pasture grass, which grows in the shade also, or it could be gravel, which I really don't want. So that's why I'm trying the clover seed first. It's like a ground cover. It doesn't even need mowed. So it's the mini clover. My dog is already looking in the door. I didn't feed him. He's been nervous all morning because it's been raining off and on. It's not like it's storming or thundering or anything. But I did give him a melatonin. They don't help much. They just help him to nap in between it raining. He really needs something stronger than that. But anyway, yes, I love my new washing machine. It's altogether different, of course, than my old 20-plus-year-old washer was. This one has what they call an impeller. It doesn't have the agitator, and it has a window on the top. So it washes clothes altogether differently. It doesn't use near the amount of water. Your clothes are never really submerged in water. You think, when you look in there and you watch it, you think that that's not near enough water. But there is a way to add a button to push. It's all digital. There was a learning curve. I had to go, because the manual they send you, first of all, is just bare minimum. And then you have to download a manual, which I thought it's going to be much easier to do if I just go on YouTube, because YouTube has things on there to tell you how to do anything. So I just felt for sure that they would have videos on how to set up and run this particular LG washing machine, top load washing machine. Sure enough, they had the exact washer. He walked you through all the steps and everything. And that's where I learned to run it very easily. I love YouTube. So I washed my first load of clothes after everybody left. It was a medium load. And when you first put your clothes in, it just sort of goes around a little bit like this. And then makes some other little noises. And then it spins, which puts the clothes, now there's no water yet, sort of spins and distributes the clothes. And then it decides it has weighed it and has distributed the clothes where they should be all by itself. And now it's going to tell you how many minutes. So it always starts at 60 minutes. It came down to 37 minutes. That's how long it's going to take this particular load to wash. So I have to tell you, because it has a window. I never had a washing machine with a window before, of course. And I didn't know exactly how this worked. So out of the 37 minutes, I watched it for 20 minutes. I can see why, if there's no good Netflix movie on, you could watch your clothes wash, at least in the beginning when you're just seeing how it first works. I just answered your question. No, not a Samsung, an LG, yeah. The Samsung brand is what I think when I get my new TV. I'm going to get a new smart TV. I think I'm going to get a Samsung smart TV because the dots and lines all over my TV pictures is starting to drive me crazy. If you watch enough, you'll get a headache. So yeah, that could be my next big buy, is my smart TV. I bet there's a YouTube video how to set that up too. I haven't looked. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to say before I showed you what I sold. I sold, I believe, 14 items, one of which was Poshmark. The rest were eBay items. So let's see. And this was within the week starting last Sunday to this Saturday. Doesn't include today. So I'm going to share the screen. Which, for some reason, there's no share the screen button. This could be a problem. Now, why isn't that there? Maybe I have to move this up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. All right, this is my first item I sold last Sunday. And this was by Westbound. It was a 2X, an big oversized shirt. You didn't have to be a plus size to wear this. This was it was tunic length. This was just a great shirt to wear over your outfit. You know, it was a pretty plaid. And this was the very first thing that I sold. I made a shipping mistake. So I didn't realize when I sent this to offer to watchers, this sold for $17.77. It was an offer to watchers. I didn't realize there was fast and free shipping on this. So that's what it sold for. I paid the shipping of $5.12, which cut into my sales by quite a lot there. But I've had it for a while and it sold. I'm sure some of these things are things that Bumblebee has given me, and some I got from ThredUp because I haven't been shopping. You know, I only was shopping those couple times. And I haven't been shopping lately. So I do have 2 ThredUp boxes on their way already. And one is the assorted women's clothes like I got the last 2 times. It's like you have no idea what you're going to get. There could be good, bad, things that need mended or whatever. And I got also something I haven't got is a denim box. Now this could be any denim. They're usually mostly jeans, but they could be a denim shirt, a denim vest, anything denim. So those are also do-it-yourself things. So they could have things where you would have to mend something. They could have spots that have to be cleaned out. It's just a chance you're taking. But that denim box, I believe, is 15 pounds, which isn't that much for denim, but it's $24 for 15 pounds. And we'll have to count how many items are in it when it comes. But the other ThredUp box, it has a lot of 25 items, I believe. And then I Bumblebee sending me a box. The TV will cost less than the washer. Yes, it will. The Westbound, this shirt was from you, Bumblebee. Okay. Yeah, I like this shirt. This is a shirt that I could have kept and worn as an oversized shirt over things, you know. So from now on, I am putting on the, you know, that little box where you can put where you're storing the things so you can find them. I'm also going to write a BB for Bumblebee or a ThredUp for ThredUp, so I know where it comes from. So it went free shipping, and it went last Sunday, this shirt. So my next thing is a pair of mini Tonka moccasins. These were new without box. They had never been worn. They were they were all leather suede, but they were this real orangey color of suede, and they had beading on the front of a, whatever that is, eagle or whatever they put on their designs. And a Thunderbird, that's what it was, Thunderbird beading. They were size 6.5, and they sold for the sale price of $26.09. And I'm glad I wasn't going to sell these for any low best offer because I just really like these little shoes. They went to Brinson, Georgia. That first shirt went to Bellport, New York. Your shirt, Bumblebee. So these went to Georgia, and they sold on Monday. Now here's a Poshmark sale, and this was mine. This was back from the closet in the back, and it was a home decor ceramic candle holder. It had little bunnies all around it. I had bought this one time to put in like a centerpiece with the centerpiece when I was doing tablescaping. But it's so cute. It really is. It's heavy. I did not include the candle with it. It was just the holder. Okay. So it sold on Poshmark. It went to Toledo, Ohio, and it sold on, I have it written on Wednesday. I think I have this in the wrong order. But this sold on Wednesday, and it sold for $14. And out of that, I got $8.93. Because basically, this didn't cost me anything. It was mine. I mean, it cost me probably $1 when I bought it, but I've had it a long time. Now, here's a pair of Victoria's Secret pink. These are very small stretch camouflage shorts, stretch shorts with a wide waistband. And these sold for $17 best offer. These went to Thornton, Colorado, and they paid shipping. Everybody pays shipping unless I mention it. So they pay shipping, and it sold on Tuesday. Here's, I think, another one of yours, Bumblebee, a Delita Anthropologie brand. This was a women's cotton tank with the ruffle down the right shoulder and almost to the hip level there. It was pretty. And that sold for the sale price of $24.29. And they paid shipping on that. And it went to Watertown, Massachusetts. And this little skirt, I am so surprised that this took so long to sell. This was the cutest little polka dot mini skirt. It was a full skirt. It was black with just the little polka dots on it, and had an elastic waist. This was sort of elastic right up there, and it buttoned down the front. It was so cute, but it didn't really, I don't know, it took forever to sell. But I did sell it as a best offer for $14.50, probably because I've had it for so long. They paid shipping. Now, let me tell you, the very next item, the same person bought, but there was just enough time in between the two sales, it was the same day on Wednesdays, that I didn't notice it. And she didn't ask me to put them in the same bundle. So she also bought this little mini skirt. I know you gave me this, I believe, Bumblebee, this super women's doodle geometric design mini skirt. Had pockets on the side and had a really different design that I had never seen before. And that went to the same person, and she lives in Ionia, I think that's how you pronounce it, Michigan. So that went for a best offer of $14.50. Is that how much she paid for? No, she paid, no, $15. I'm sorry. She paid $14.50 for the first one and paid shipping. And then for this one, she paid $15 plus shipping. So she could have saved some money if she bundled those two together. But she was probably just taking her time shopping because there was enough time in between there. They weren't really together. This is a pink, it's not pink, it's black lace top, but it's by Victoria's Secret, pink. And it was a little short crop top, like a tank. And I've had this for a while, and I did send out an offer to watchers for $14.77. I usually don't send offers when they're marked 17, below. I don't go below that, but I did, and it sold right away. So I've had it a while. I'm glad it's gone. It went to Hardwick, Georgia. And that was a size small. Size small. The next thing is this Nike Golf Women's Dry Fit. This was a stretch long sleeve. It snapped up the top, up the front, like a quarter snap, and made a turtleneck. But you could unsnap that and have it open. But this was a really pretty color. It went to Omaha, Nebraska, and it sold as an offer to watchers for $23.77. They paid $4.50 in shipping. Now this little Free People shirt, I am so surprised I sold this because this was like an ivory color, an off-white color, and when I put it on the stark white background, it looked sort of dingy, didn't it? Plus, there was some discoloring around the tie that went around the neck. And I should have tied it tighter. It looks like it's tied too low. It should be hiked up there a little bit. But anyway, it sold. It sold for an offer. No, it sold. I didn't have this on for very much. It sold for the regular sale price of $13.49. And the reason being of the discoloration on the tie around the neck, really. But it was a Free People little gauze top with crocheting on the bodice there. So it's gone. And the next one is a Patagonia women's large short sleeve plaid little shirt. I've had this a while. This is the plaid. It was sort of a pretty neutral plaid, And that sold for the sale price of $20.69, and they paid shipping. And it went to Olympia, Washington, way out to Washington. So the next thing is this little bralette by Aerie, or Ari, however you pronounce that. It was all pink. It just slipped on. There was no opening or anything. It was super soft. I do remember that. But I'm not sure whose box this was in. But I put it at a fairly low price of $8. I think I started at $8.99. And then the sale price was $8.09, and that's what they bought it at. Was free shipping. It didn't weigh but about 2 ounces. It was very, 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 very light and super soft, like I said. And there was the brand, Aerie. I guess you pronounce that. It was a small. So I wish it would have been bigger. I would have tried it on because it was so soft, but wasn't big enough. It went to Oakland, California. And then I sold the Chico's size 2 long sleeve. This was like a tie-dye with the crinkle fabric buttoned up the front. I think this was a bumblebee buy. And this went to Palestine, Arkansas. And this went on yesterday, this sold. And they paid $20 best offer. And this, you asked why I took such a low offer. Well, I was having a slow week, and a lot of times that determines on the offers and how much I take. That is why I've decided to have a 10 ways to increase your sales on these slow times. I need to do more of this. I'm doing some of it, but July and August are supposed to be the slowest time. That's what everybody says. Slowest time for sales on eBay. So, and the last thing here I sold was this Rosetta bag, Rossetti. It was a faux leather. And I have to tell you, when I first started looking at Poshmark, I bought a couple little mystery boxes. They weren't a lot, and they weren't to resell. I just wanted to see the kinds of things. They were actually for me. And this was a fall-winter box. It had 4 items in. I think the rest of them were sweaters. And they had this one bag in. And it was it's big. This is a big bag. And it had a lot of compartments in it. It looked new. It had those front compartments, and then inside it had little compartments for your phone and zipper. It had lots of space in this purse. But it actually turned out to be too big for me. It was just too big. If I would have loaded this up, I would have really hurt my neck for sure. But another thing that was wrong with this, and I corrected it, but it took a year of having it around. This smelled like vinyl, like new vinyl. It was so hard to get that smell out of this bag. I've tried everything. I let it sit with Gain dryer sheets in there for months. I put it outside in the sun. I tried everything, and it just took time. That's what it must have been really new when I got it, because it just took a lot of time, and it finally did go away. That smell went away. And it's been closed up for quite a while in my handbag bin back there, and when I took it out, there is no vinyl smell to it anymore at all. So it works, but it just took forever. But I did sell it as a best offer of only $11. I don't remember how much I paid for this box. It wasn't very much because I was just testing. So I had gotten 4 items. I have no idea how much the box was at the time. I don't think the whole box was more than $25. So I may have made a couple bucks on this. I don't know. But it was something that is too big for me to carry, and I've had it on for quite a while. And I only had it on eBay because I didn't want to relist it back onto Poshmark and see the girl that, that I'm selling her the purse back. So it was only on eBay, and it did take a long time to sell. So I did take that low best offer of $11, but they paid more in shipping to get it to them. It went to Sagal, Idaho, and I had calculated shipping on this. They paid $13.65. And I thought, well, I can put it in a medium flat rate box and that will fit perfectly. But I thought I could get away. I tried to get it into a regional A box, and I wrapped it up in tissue paper, and then in my clear poly bag, and it fit. I got it into a regional A box, so I saved a couple dollars on shipping that would have been added on to that $11 for me. So at least I made a couple more dollars on the shipping. But yeah, it's going out to Idaho. And that is what I sold. That's it. So we better get to my things. I want to tell you about 10 things that can increase your sales in these slow months. So let me stop sharing here and try to get back. I have 10 items, 10 things written down that I have tried off and on. Yes, the Geo skirt. I knew that was yours. The Ari was thread up. Okay. You think the Chico's was me? That could have been. I could have, I do look at Chico's a lot. Yes, I know the Delita and the mini little shoes were yours. Yeah. So Bumblebee won't show me her Poshmark closet, but she must have some really nice things because she's such a good picker. So I have jotted down some things, 10 ways to activate eBay when you're having a sales slump, of which, of course, this is slow sales time. Most everybody's having sales slumps right now. But these are 10 things that you can try. If you're just going to test these things, you shouldn't try all 10 at once. You should try a couple at a time and leave it go for a few weeks and see if it makes any difference, and then try another couple. But usually when people have really slow sales, they panic and they want to do everything possible. That's me. That would be me. So I usually implement almost everything when I go through and start doing things. So the one thing that I do all the time is I do the offer to watchers. And that does help because the few sales that I do have, as you saw, were from offer to watchers. So if you're not doing that, you're missing sales by not doing that. And they'll tell you when you go to the sales hub, your sales hub, and you look down at your active listings. You pull up active, and then you look up above it right there, and it'll say eligible for sending offers. And you click on that, and it'll give you a list of, sometimes it's only 10 things, sometimes it's 40 things. I mean, you don't know, it just depends. So those are the things that have watchers on them, and they've been there a while, and they suggest that you send those people that are watching, you send them a better price. It can be a huge amount off if you've had the item for a year or two. You could give them 50% off. It's all up to you. Or you could just lower it a little bit and send them. And you never know. So that's my first thing that I always do. I send offers to watchers. The other thing I do is I seem to accept more offers when sales are slow, because I get into a sort of a panic mode, and I accept lower offers at that particular time than I would normally. I try not to do the really horrible lowball offers. I try to send back counter offers on everything. I don't just decline. The only time I would decline an offer is if I have something on there for $40 and they offer $5. Now, a lot of people won't even decline that. They will always counter offer. But if I don't think about it and it makes me angry, I decline it. But you should probably, they're just trying to get your attention. Maybe they're just trying to see, those could be resellers that are trying to go through and see what things that you'll practically give away. Okay. So you should even counter offer them. You can counter offer. What I do on those really low ball offers, if something's on there for $40, I counter back for $39. I try to make it, so they realize that that was a terrible offer and they shouldn't do that. So you should counter back with something. So then a lot of times they'll come back with a good counter offer. So you just never know. So yes, you should do the offer to watchers, and you should always counter offer. So do as I say, not as I always do. End offers. I usually go through and I see offers. I see items, active items that have been on there for a long time. They're just coming up. They've been on there, they're 30 days, and they're coming up to sell. And I look at how many people have looked at them. If it's 0, and they have, 0 watchers, but they have been looked at 100 or more times, that shows me that they've looked at them, they looked at the price, something about it wasn't right. So they just went on, they didn't even watch it. So on those, I end the listings. I go through and I check off. I try not to check off more than 10 at a time on that first page. I think it's better even to do less than that. You're trying to trick the algorithm is what you're trying to do. So if you do, I do about 10, but you could do 5 at a time. And then you end those, and then they'll go to your unsolds. You go to your unsold listings and you check them all, those 5 or those 10, and you hit sell similar. Now they're going to go on like a brand new item. They have a brand new identification number and everything. Now, you'll get a list where you can change things. And if I'm not in a hurry and just click, click, click and have them, not relisted, they're already put on just the same. The best thing to do would be to change a little bit. To change the price by $1 or $2, you can change it up or down. You change 1 or 2 of the keywords, just move them around a little bit, just sort of change it a little bit. You can switch pictures. You can put another one of the pictures as your main picture. Any little changes. You should actually do that to everything that you end to sell similar with. But if you want to do this quick, you can do it really quick by they just go on. You sell similar and they load up and you put them on as is. I guess that's better than not doing anything, but it's better if you change a little bit. So end and sell similar. That is number 3. Number 4, you can edit your entire store. This doesn't take very long. It sounds like it would take forever. I have right now 1,430 some listings. All right. If you go on the Seller Hub and then you go pull up your active listings, right at the top of your first listing, it'll say edit. You don't click anything. You don't do anything. You just click on edit and it'll give you, 1 to 500, 501 to 1,000, and then 1,000, it would be to my 436 or whatever it was. Or you can do in bigger batches. But I was doing 500 at a time. This would take you 5 minutes, if that. 500 at a time. It goes through its thing, and it's self-explanatory when it does it. So then they just get refreshed somehow. This is supposed to show activity in your eBay store, that's what eBay wants to see, activity. So then I do, the last 2 times I've been doing 1,000 at a time, which goes quicker. I did it just a little while ago. I did 1,000 at a time, and then the next thing that comes up would be 1,001 to 1,436. So it's pretty fast. And sometimes it'll say that there's a mistake on one, but it's usually because you're doing so many. And if you just sit there and wait, you tell it to fix the item. It's just usually 1 or 2. I've had 6, something wrong with 6. But if you just wait, it's their mistake. Things are catching up, and they'll all turn blue sooner or later. And then they just get listed. So that's the other thing, to edit your entire store. Now, if that doesn't work, you should probably try this on another day that you're doing all this other stuff. Try it on just a Monday or some day that you're not doing the other things. And if that doesn't seem to get things moving in the next few hours, you can actually call eBay. If you want to take the time to get through to eBay, they will answer you sooner or later, and you ask them to do a hard edit. And it must be a little different from what you can do, what I just described, what you can do. So a lot of times that works better if what you're doing isn't working much. So there are times when I've done that, probably only 3 or 4 times out of all the times. So you can do that. Okay, that was number 4. Number 5, of course, is listing. You knew that had to be in there. Listing things every day, listing things. The more you list, the more you sell, which is very, very true. But I'm in a position at the moment, and a lot of people are back to going to their thrift stores. I mean, I see a lot of resellers just thrifting like nothing is going on. I'm not that brave. I feel safe here in my house, not seeing anybody and having very few people-to-people contact. Now my eye is jerking. So I don't go in any stores at all, actually. I'm worried that I've had to go to the dentist. Now, supposedly dentists and hospitals are supposed to be the safest place to go. So I do have to go to the dentist, and I will have to go to the oral surgeon. And but they are super careful. You can imagine they don't want to catch the virus either, and they're more at risk than I am. So yeah, so all my groceries are bought, either are delivered or I buy curbside pickup. Where else have I been? I went to get my hair cut. As you can see, it's getting really long again, and I don't think my next haircut appointment is for another week or 2. And I wanted to get it cut right before I go to the oral surgeon. But I have no idea how long it'll be after that again. So anyway, so listing new things is always a good thing. Now, I do have things around the house that I have listed, but it's not a lot of things, and it takes time for me to find them, to decide whether I want to part with them. That's the problem. And get them listed, because it takes me much longer to list, things that aren't clothes. It's a slower listing for me to get it listed right. So I have been just listing on eBay lately, and that's a whole other story about Poshmark, because I'm actually going to try to get my Poshmark closet down in numbers, but that's a whole other video. So I haven't been cross-posting. I will cross-post if I get something in these boxes that I think would do super on Poshmark. I will cross-post. But the things that I'm doing right now, I'm not going to cross-post, except I did cross-post the jewelry because I think it will sell better on Poshmark. So another thing that increases your sales is actually getting sales. So whatever you can do to get sales, that adds activity, of course, to your store. eBay sees that things are going on, things are selling, and that will, if you sell a couple things, that will increase your chances of selling more things. The more you sell, the more you sell also. So then there's promoted listings, Okay, a lot of people don't like that. I do promoted listings because I figure eBay wants you to do promoted listings. Now, you don't have to do a big percentage. I never go above 5%. Right now, I'm at 4% on a lot of my things. Sometimes I'm at 1 or 2%. But right now, I'm trying 4%. I've tried different percentages. To me, it doesn't make that much of a difference, the amount of percentage that you do. What it does is they promote your items to the top so people see your items. You're paying for eBay to do that, so your chances are your things aren't on page 5 where people are never going to see them. If they're brought up to page 1 where they will be seen, at least you have a chance, okay? So, auctions. I know bin pickers who I watch all the time. That is what they use on slow selling items and things that aren't worth a whole lot and they want to get out of their store. They do auctions. They seem to do really well on auctions. I've tried auctions off and on, and I've had no luck whatsoever with auctions. I must be doing something wrong. I have to study up on it more. But eBay likes auctions. eBay likes auctions because it brings more people into eBay to look. There's people that love to buy on auction. And there's a whole thing, should you put your things on auction for 3 days, for 4 days, for 5 days, or for 7 days? Or I think there's even a 10-day. It's hard to keep track of all your auctions if you just have a short time, like 3 or 4 days. I usually do 7 days, but people are the buy it now group. You know, that's the one thing good about buy it now. You buy it, if you buy it, you get it, okay? Auctions, you have to wait, to the end of the auction. Just because you bid, but actually, if you have buy it now with the auction, you can buy it, at the regular price. But the auction price is quite a bit under the regular price. So, I don't know. I'm going to go through my my store, and see what things I really want to get rid of. Because if you have things sitting in your store forever, like for a year or 2, and there's no action on those things anymore, you need to just get rid of them. Okay, you can try to take them out and then change pictures, take new pictures if that's what you think is wrong. If they're just not worth anything and it's not something you would buy now anymore, just get rid of them somehow. Either auction them for 99 cents, but always add shipping. Because you don't want to have to pay the person to take the item. So if you're going to auction for a really low price, just to get rid of the item, put shipping on there for what it would cost. Or you can redonate. You can just donate it and use it as a write-off. Keep track of what you donate and keep it as a write-off. That's one thing I worry about this pandemic. Since I'm not going thrifting, there's no mileage on my car for my business. That's something that enters in when you do your taxes, your mileage. Another thing, is donations. I haven't been to Goodwill to take in donations to, have that deduction. So I won't have as much to deduct if I don't start doing some of these things. So auctions, that's another way to bring action to your store and maybe then bring sales. Not necessarily the auction thing, but it could bring people in to look at other things too. So I'm going to try auctions again. I'm going to see how you can look at bin pickers stores and you can see how they do it. I'm going to study more how they do it because they seem to have luck with their auctions. So I'll have to see. The next thing is your sell-through rate really matters. And it's how much you sell, how many items you sell, divided with how many items are in your store. I think that's how it is. That determines your sell-through rate. I have a lot of items. My sell-through, my number of items I sell in, I don't know what the number of days they count. It's either 14 or 30. I'm not sure which it is. But that number determines your sell-through percentage. My sell-through percentage is low. So in order to increase your sell-through rate, you need to get rid of all your stale items, things that you wouldn't buy anymore. Go through your inventory, pick those out, get rid of them somehow, either by auctions, super low, by putting them on sale for 50% off. Sometimes that'll work. Or just donating them, taking them out, getting rid of them, So then you won't have as many items in your store. That alone will increase your sell-through rate. So the last item is be really realistic with your pricing. I think a lot of my items have this problem. I don't do a lot of research, which is bad. I don't look at what things are selling for. I just go through and automatically put prices on that I've sold things before. Things may have changed. I don't check out what things are selling for anymore. I do it once in a while when I'm buying things in the store. But since I'm not buying things, I want to list everything that I've paid for that I'm getting in the boxes. But the prices, I could be putting $24.99 when the thing isn't worth more than $12. So, I could bump it up a little bit just to be able to take an offer a little bit lower, but you can't expect to get $24 when the thing is worth $10 or $11. People are smarter than that. So a good place also to look is the Terapeak. Is if you have a store on eBay, Terapeak is free, so you may as well use it. And you can get a good idea of what things sell for nowadays and what you should be pricing your items at. That's something I have got to do. So one added thing, I'll give you this one added on. If you don't have best offer on under your buy it now, people want to think they're getting a bargain, so they like to offer lower prices. It's a big headache. I took it off for a couple of weeks and my sales plummeted. So it's everybody says you should have best offer on. Now, I haven't even touched on free shipping. That is up to everybody does it differently. There's people that have free shipping on everything, no matter what it weighs, no matter what. One big seller that does that is it's now the names are going to go. Rockstar Flipper. I'm not sure if he does free shipping on everything. He does free shipping on anything that's first class. And I think the other one is the one they have their fists go together. What are those two? It's a man and his wife. Why can't I think of their name? They're big time sellers now, though. I hardly ever listen to them anymore because they've gotten way above me, or way above where I feel that they are. I don't have anything in common with them anymore. The same sort of now with Rockstar. I don't have much in common with him either, but he does do, if there's any new news coming out, he explains it and does good. That I always listen to that. But can't think of their name. Rally Roots. Thank you, Bumblebee. Rally Roots. Yes, they do all free shipping. But they're big enough seller, and they have done this long enough that they know how to price their things, so that's not hurting them at all. Obviously, it isn't. They're six-figure sellers. So that is some of these things I do. Some I've got to do a lot better. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to really try to implement all these things and see if it helps. Well, it will help because I'm going to get boxes. I will have things to list coming up now. Bumblebee says, let me put this up here. I would never redonate at this time. I would change pictures and keywords first. Yeah. What do you think about auctions? Bumblebee. Did you answer that? I didn't see here. I have been putting less and less stock into comps, just price crazy high and wait. Yeah. Sometimes you really luck out doing that, right? You're going to try to call me this week. Okay, yeah, we have some things to work on. You just drive to a thrift and stay 5 minutes and go home. It's so hard to do that once you get in. The one thing that I would like to go, and it wouldn't even make me a huge amount of money, was I can't get any plush. I want to sell plush just for the fun of it. And I do, you do make some. And I do listen to, Flippin' Hippos a lot. And she's the one that wanted me to start trying plush. And she's also the one that has bought several of these denim boxes. And some have been horrible, and some have been really good. So you never know. Just trying. I'm risking. I think I will make back my $24 no matter what, because even if you get, off brands, you can sell them for lower prices, which brings activity into your store. Just make sure you at least break even with your auctions. Well, that's why you have to put on shipping. You can't have free shipping for sure. Yeah, I sold something today. It won't be until next week. I sold a dog collar. I hope this person isn't listening, but they're from Puerto Rico. I sold a dog collar. I've had it for quite a while. I only had it on for $6.99, which I'm not going to make anything on this, okay? And it was free shipping. But I got it at the dollar store for $1, okay? If I make $1 on this, it'll be lucky. I mean, after you count that. After the fees and the price I paid for it and the shipping, because the shipping was $3.08. So, or $3.18. So I'm not going to make anything on this sale, but it's been back there forever. They're easy to get if I'd ever go in a store again. And I don't know, I probably wouldn't buy one again because it took forever to sell. But they're decent dog collars. And yeah, went to Puerto Rico. And it weighed like 2 ounces or 3 ounces it weighed. Even though it weighed 3 ounces, it still cost $3.18. But yeah, you have to make sure that you, I should have charged shipping on that because it was such a low price. That was the second shipping error I made on this group of things. Tax break, yeah. Yeah, anything that you lose money on, you can claim, I guess, for a loss for your taxes. You know, that accountant that was going to come over here once a month and keep all my books perfectly? Well, of course, that just went by the wayside when the whole pandemic started. She doesn't want to come here. I don't want anybody in my house. So there you go. Now I'm starting manage payments. I've already filled out all the things. I'm just waiting for them to initiate it. It said I'm all set up and I'm just waiting. So far, I thought it was supposed to happen in July. I had to sign up for it by July, which I did, but nothing's happened so far. That's going to, I don't know if that'll start a bunch of glitches again. When eBay does new things, glitches start, usually. They're doing this really slow, so hopefully that's why. And the bad thing for me is not everything goes through PayPal anymore. And that's how I keep track of things. So I will now daily have to keep track of things. Will just be going into my bank account. It won't be going into PayPal, and then I transfer from PayPal to my bank account, which was easier to keep track of for me on QuickBooks. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I asked Rockstar, and he says that you have to keep track of it yourself daily. So that's just, it's a lot more work that they must, I would think they would come up with something that would be easier than that. down the line. Drive to the thrift and back home again. I could do that, yeah. I could do that, or there's well, no, I don't go in Aldi either. I was going to say there's an Aldi store right next door. However, I don't go in Aldi either. They deliver to me. But yeah, I could drive around to places where I would normally go. But I think your receipts and things, this is if you'd ever get audited. Your receipts and things, they have to match what you're saying, you know. So anyway, that is what I had to say today. And I've used a little more than an hour to say it, but sales are still slow, July and August, but I'll try to rev them up a little bit by doing some of these things a little bit better. And if anybody has any more tricks, please tell me. Just keep track as you sell. Well, I do keep I do have a hard copy bookkeeping book that I keep track of everything. But, you know, QuickBooks was so easy. It was easier. Yeah. Right. I see the smiley face. Yeah. So I'm going to close now, go feed my poor dog, who must just be starving to death. And things are quiet on the weather front at the moment. He's probably sleeping off his melatonin pill. And I will be back on Wednesday for sure. And I'll let you know if I got another box from ThredUp. They're supposed to be on their way. So I haven't run the tracking yet to see where they are. So today I got really excited. I had a sale of those spice tins, 5 of them. I put them in 2 different groups. The 5, they look antique, but they're vintage. They're still vintage, but they're reproductions. And somebody bought them and paid for them and then almost immediately canceled. So I don't know if they saw that they were reproductions, that she hadn't seen that before. She asked for a cancel them, which I let her do. And because I hadn't done a mail label yet. If they don't do it right away and I print out a mail label, that's when I hesitate doing a cancellation. Because the pain in the neck to get money back from the post office, it takes a month or more. So she canceled immediately, which was fine. It was like a no sale. So I will be back on Wednesday, hopefully with a box to open. And I will see you all then. So bye for now.